Hello and greetings, everyone, all of you distinguished viewers of ladies and gentlemen. This is a special interview with the Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Mansoor Al-Awar. We're very happy to see you here with us, Doctor. Hoping you're having a good day so far.
Yes, we do.
I would like to talk about Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. Particularly, we're here on the initiatives category. The university is considered to be the first accredited e-learning academic institution by the UAE Ministry of Education. Could you tell us, as a beginning and an opening, the role of this academic accreditation in driving the adoption of smart learning on a large scale and locally as well?
First of all, my personal and our gratitude at Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University goes to I would say, the godfather of the vision of such an approach of new education, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President, the Prime Minister, the ruler of Dubai, in early 2001. This initiative was completely out of the blue for this region, for this geography of the world. And I think we were the blueprint of the standards which the Ministry of Higher Education at that time in the United Arab Emirates has issued a standard for licensing such an online higher education institutions. So we were the blueprint for the standards. In other words, we walked their talk. And we were actually the kitchen under which this accreditation has taken place. And I think United Arab Emirates today stands at the forefront of the Arab world in terms of the advanced criteria and standards for licensing such an institution. So I think Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University came a long way in terms of accreditation. We are the first accredited university, online university in the region, and credit goes to both the Ministry of Higher Education, the Commissioner of Academic Accreditation in the United Arab Emirates, and our leaders on their vision. And it was kind of an innovative approach to education because it really was an innovative idea and it disrupted the system and transformed.
Speaking of innovation, Your Excellency, the university is considered to be the first in the region to migrate all of its systems and applications to the leading cloud computing platform, Amazon Web Services, the AWS cloud, also known as that. This exceptional and unprecedented achievement, what benefits did it come with?
It comes with, when we launched it, I didn't know about it until we launched it with Amazon. They have claimed that you are now in good company with the company of Harvard, MIT, and Oxford and Cambridge. And they said that you are the beacon in the region because you are rubbing shoulders and you dare to rub shoulders with giants. And those are the giants institution of higher education. So we are blessed to be with those giants in one league like Amazon Web Services. And it creates opportunity for scaling up our operations beyond the borders of the United Arab Emirates.
Doctor, in 2018, you've made quite the initiative, quite the breakthrough. Advising has always been a very vital role for both the advisor and the advised. But then you came along and monopolized with a new system, smart advising. Now, to what extent has this impacted the learning process positively?
One of our key values is our learner centricity. Learner centricity means that we are very much focused on building up the appropriate skills that will enable our learners to be on the forefront in the world of entrepreneurship and innovation. In that case, the skills are very, very much important. That is where they need to be guided, they need to be advised. We have been always saying that for our learners, you are in the driving seat. You tell us, and we are your Google map. You tell us the Google map doesn't function. unless you enter your direction. And getting the direction, that direction is important for our learners because it will somehow get them into the process of where to go in the future. So the academic advising, transformation of it to the smart advising is done by the system. So we don't have to have an actual advisor anymore. So you are automating the whole process. And especially with our current mode of delivery, an online delivery, so that would be a nice fit into the system.
Another thing that I personally admire is the marriage of two concepts that people always seen as opposites. No one has seen them as two sides of the same coin. Games, education, gamification, employed in the year 2017. Now, how did this affect the process of education, and how much did it serve it? How much did it attract and magnetize the students into this mechanic?
Yeah, the same way that you have characterized, I think you were spot on in terms of having education plus gamification and gaming. They are two opposites. It's the same when it comes to entertainment. So it's not a concept just only of gamification, game with education. It's also with edutain, education plus entertainment. Because the passion of people always goes when they love to do something that they would love to do. Their passion is towards it. So the gamification that we have started is unlike the gamification. It has been there for quite some time in higher education. But they were concentrating on the game, the game-based courses that have been offered through the university around the world. But what we have come up with, the new thing, is a holistic approach to gamification, to what the activity, the experience of the learners will be captured, and to be going through the growth accordingly. So in whatever activity the learners would do, they get credits for it. So that is why the gamification is about where learning becomes fun. It's like you're in a game. You have a dashboard. You have how many points you got today from your activities? Well, I'm 100 points. Someone is at 200 points. Okay, where do you stand from the university overall learners? And where do you stand from your cohort? So, and each level leads to other, and there are incentives as well in each level, because you will be incentivized. Because at a certain point in time, you might be, if you go to another master's degree or in another program in the university, you will get a 15 to 20% discount. So it's incentivizing people to get their skills polished. And it's a learning experience.
Let's talk about the word smart, which is the identity of this university, Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. Not only is it on the building, but it is one of the identities of it. We are within the walls of a building that is so smart, even in transforming its facilities as well, in terms of sustainability as well. What is the importance of this smart building supporting national and international strategic directions? And what brought up the existence of the word smart? What was the need that brought it here?
You're talking about smart building, I suppose.
Yes.
I think our building that has been granted for us by the government of Dubai, it was a traditional building. Converting it with the smart is the infrastructure under which that we can operate with the high tech, as well as also will be utilizing lots of savings in terms of the utilities that we are using, like electricity, water, air conditioning. And not only that, but the navigations as well, and crunching big data as well, in terms of how you become much more efficient in running the building. We have saved accordingly for the last 2 to 3 years, considerable amount of money in terms of our expenditure on utilities. And not only this, but also the maintenance of the building. It's a huge building. So the maintenance will being unbundled because of the smart building. And also the utilities bills has been reduced considerably. But the most powerful concept that we have applied throughout the transformation is we brought in private sector along with us, different companies who were not talking to each other under one roof to talk to each other. And now they have gone throughout the world with those consortia of companies along with HBMSU as a showcase to be able to become the beacon with the world of academia, because this is the first academic building being transformed.
Your Excellency, the university launched an initiative, and it was meant to prepare a global benchmarking frame to formulate standards for universities that apply smart learning systems. Now, with this initiative, how do you re-engineer the future of higher education in a world that is constantly changing?
When we were in the early 2002, when our first inception of the university, people were looking at us with ambiguity. I mean, who are you? What you're exactly doing? You are going to demolish the education. You are going to spoil it. This is not the way. How would you compare yourself with the rest of the ranking of the universities around the world? We were at that time, at the very beginning, we were intending to have our own league. Because like the other universities, they have league, like a Shanghai league tables, the ranking.
Yes.
Foundation for universities, but they are all traditional. All the ranking agencies across the world today, they are all traditional universities. We dare to call for cooperation between organizations which are leading the e-learning, the online learning, the smart learning, distance education, and universities who wish to join us into this effort to bring up new set of data and benchmark. That is where it starts. All the league tables will start first of all with a big benchmarking and a set of data that they can to have a terms of reference. So we agreed in 2019, February, signed 5 big organizations and universities to set up a consortia of universities that they are now looking into establishment of the terms of reference for us. Means data, because ranking depends on data. When the data is not available, you cannot benchmark and you cannot compare, then you cannot rank.
That is correct.
So we successfully launched that in 2019 in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates. And our colleagues from around the world, they said, we all had this idea on our mind, but no one did take the initiative to push it forward and to pull it forward. So we did it, and today and then next February, the first set of data and benchmarking will be published by international universities and organizations who deal with distance education, smart education, online, e-learning, whatever you name it. That is a major achievement worldwide. And it was launched from Dubai, United Arab Emirates, to the world.
And the best is yet to come for sure. Your Excellency, Dr. Mansoor, thank you very much. We'll be back with you, dear viewers, with other categories of this promising special interview with the Chancellor, His Excellency, Dr. Mansoor of the Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. Stay tuned.